Hey guys, so this is my vlog number 4 about three things I learned from each presentation that was done so far. I started with the first presentation we watched, which was ASL Poetry by Sean and Bree. In it, I learned that there's things called ASL Slam, which I didn't know was a thing. So I thought that was really cool. It's used to present and encourage new and experimental work. Um, they also use like ASL Slam to provide a venue for, um, deaf artists who otherwise don't have a platform. And then I also learned about Clayton Valley. He was one of the first people to set up structures within ASL poetry, such as rhyme and alliteration. And then finally, I learned that both written and, signed ASL poetry are very similar, but they're also very different, obviously. But I mean, in the basic sense, they are very much alike. And then in the second presentation, which was theater, performances, and plays, I learned that they're by Rosie and Kevin. I learned that the NTD actually had controversy surrounding when they would do their hybrid shows of both hearing and signing, and the signing that they did on stage was very hard to understand. Was very hard for the deaf person to understand because they weren't like real signs, and the signs that were real signs, they were done either too quickly or they were like too flourish, so you couldn't really even tell what they were. And then I also learned that there are many different theater groups besides the NTD. There are theater groups in almost every state: Alabama, California, Illinois, New York, Tennessee, and the list goes on. And then finally, I learned that there are deaf musicals, which was something really awesome that I actually really liked watching. And I've actually watched a few clips from the show, and it's pretty good. I mean, as somebody who studied deaf culture and knows about it, I think it's very representative of how the show should be done for both hearing and deaf audiences. So I did really enjoy that. And then finally, for the storytelling and narratives by Kelly and Tori, I learned that there are so many different techniques for ASL storytelling, such as signing space, setting the scene, characterization, period of time, inanimate objects, in the 4Es. Excuse me. I also learned that the many of the stories are passed down from generation to generation because before the current era, they didn't have videos, they didn't have YouTube, so that was the only way for them to really share their stories. And then I learned about the different types of stories within ASL. They have like hand-shaped stories, alphabet stories, or the ABC storytelling, and then they have number stories, which I thought that was really interesting to see. A little confusing, but still really interesting. So those are three things from each presentation that I learned.